For the first part of the Suzy Q activity, you're going to need 2 pieces of scrap paper, your blue glue, the paper towel to wipe the tip of the blue glue when you're done with it, your scissor and X-Acto knife holder, and an 18-inch ruler. And please note that the ruler does not start at 0, nor does it end at 18. So when you use the 18-inch ruler to measure something, you can't use the entire ruler, otherwise everything's going to be 1/4 inch too long. You will also need 2 pieces of balsa wood. One will be an 1/8 by 1/8 piece of balsa wood, which will be your fuselage support stick, and one will be your main fuselage stick, which is 1/8 by 3/8. You're going to measure both of these pieces, make them 18 inches long. You're going to show your teacher before cutting, and then you will cut them to 18 inches long. You'll end up with 2 18-inch fuselage support sticks. One you will return to your teacher. You will also end up with 2 main fuselage sticks. One you will keep and one you will return to your teacher. The next step will involve putting a thin coating of blue glue on one edge of your fuselage support stick. And whenever you do any blue gluing, I want you to make sure you do that on a piece of scrap paper. So again, you just want a thin coating of glue. I mentioned that you'll also need a tray of pins, which you will find behind the tacky glue in a tan tray. You're going to need 5 pins. Take and spread that thin coating of glue all the way across that piece of balsa wood, the 1/8 by 1/8 piece of balsa wood. Wipe off any excess onto that piece of scrap paper, one of those pieces of scrap paper that you're using. And then you're going to want to stick that to your main fuselage stick. And make sure that the ends are even. Oops, you can't see that, so like that. Okay, and you want a nice flat surface where you glue these together. And if you're looking at it, from the side or from the end, it's going to look like that. Once you have that all stuck down, then what you're going to do is you're going to start sticking pins in to hold the support stick to the fuselage stick. Don't stick the pins right at the end. If you stick the pin right at the end, you'll split the balsa wood, and you definitely don't want to do that. So about 1/2 inch back or so. So 1 pin towards each end, and notice that I have a little bit of a ridge here. That's not good. So I'm going to take that pin out, and I'm going to move the piece of balsa wood over. And if you use a lot of glue, the support stick is going to slide all over the place. Then I'm going to go to the opposite end and stick another pin in. Having a hard time picking up the pin. And you can see this on camera now. And then you're going to stick another pin somewhere in the middle. And then you're going to go in between the 2 pins, or the pin in the middle and the pin on one end, stick another pin somewhere in the middle. And then the last pin will go in between the 2 pins on the other end. So the pin in the middle and the pin on the other end here. You can't really see it on camera. Okay. And again, you want a nice flat surface here. Alright, so the fuselage stick is done, and now you're ready to move on to the second video on Suzy Q's, and that will be attaching the saddle.